Alright, what's up guys, it's KOSDFF here, and today we're going to be doing an in-depth look at Call of Duty Black Ops 3's multiplayer theater mode. Which I'm guessing a large percentage of, casual players that play Call of Duty probably don't place a high value on. But I'm going to try and convince you in this video over the next few minutes of why a theater mode in Call of Duty is almost vital to its success, not only on YouTube but also in esports, for multiple reasons, which we'll get into. Now we're going to be doing an in-depth look, but we're also going to be doing kind of like a first impression, as I have not looked into theater mode yet, but so that way I can kind of tell you the things that we're going to be looking for. So let's just go ahead and select the first game. Why is theater mode so vital to Call of Duty's success on YouTube and in esports? So I'm going to go ahead and just briefly talk about why it's so needed in esports, because I feel like that's kind of like the shorter part, and it's just for obvious reasons. It's for film. If you guys know, like, football teams, I don't know, I'm not sure about baseball teams, but like football teams, hockey teams, they all watch a lot of film. Soccer teams or football, football and overseas. It's an extremely necessary part of preparing to play as different teams, developing strategy, going over past games, seeing what you did wrong. It's just, for the same reasons it's important in every other sport, theater mode's really important to esports players. And you guys should be excited about that, because when pro players have theater mode, they get nerdy. If you ever went back and watched Black Ops 2 and some of the things that Complexity would say about how they would prepare for games, I mean, they got pretty into it. That's when you start getting into just the incredibly nerdy strategies of different plays, of how to use certain equipment in different places, and just how to generally have a larger, more in-depth presence in the game, because it allows you just to go back, when in these past games, pro players have basically just, played, and then went and talked about what they did, or they had to go back and watch streams, which would really kind of limit you to whoever was streaming and that person's perspective. And this way, I can obviously do that. So we're gonna go move past that, start getting into these features. So the first thing you notice, we've got a little HUD down here. So the first thing I notice here is we have first, third person, and free camera, but no dolly cam. Dolly cam was something we were really looking forward to, or we're really hoping to have in Black Ops 3 theater mode. We're not complaining just yet. We're not starting this video complaining, but yeah, dolly cam, if you guys don't know what that is, it was basically the ability to place cameras around the map at different placements and time in your, timeline. And the camera would move and you can make really cool cinematics. But we can do, as you can see, I'm just doing here with the thumbsticks. You can still do that in free camera mode, which is really good. So you can turn that off. You just see from hitting L3. Being able to turn that off is extremely important. But here's something we really need to check, is the HUD. How can we turn off the HUD? Alright, so we can turn off the HUD. The kill feed still shows up when we turn off the HUD. That's insane. That's really good for your Call of Duty montage makers, or anybody on YouTube that's gonna be making kind of like a montage-based video. Being able to turn off the HUD and still have the kill feed is pretty cool. Now this is something you've seen before. It's in CS:GO, and if you guys notice, I'm sitting in here playing this game against Spacely. So the funny moments of this video are also up. I made kind of a short video of my first 3 games. Basically I just got completely shitted on by Spacely the whole time. But yeah, okay, that's actually, I guess I'm kind of nerding out here for a second. Being able to turn off the HUD, being able to turn off, the controls, and then also have just the kill feed show up. That's pretty cool. That's going to be huge. You guys are going to see like the FaZe guys and all the sniping teams kind of flip out about that. That's good stuff. But no dolly cam. That is a little disappointing. Maybe, hopefully, either they'll have a dolly cam in like the PC version, or when they open it up to modding and stuff like that for the zombies or the multiplayer maps, maybe that we can find a way in PC to create a dolly cam. Not that it's incredibly necessary, not that you need it no matter what, but it definitely helps in making cool cinematics. So let's back up. Let's see how high we can go. This is always kind of important for montages, just because you can get some cool camera angles of like stuff like this. You can kind of fly in from the ceiling. Let's go straight in. All right. So other than that, let's go look at some of the other features we got here. See how fast we can get it. All right. So we can get it at 6 times. That's pretty damn quick. Not terribly important, I think, in montage creating or just in general. Besides maneuvering around, the actual theater mode clip. But what we really want to see is if we can slow it down. It's got the same feature as in Black Ops 2, where you could turn it down to 0.1, which is basically 10% speed, which is really good. But this is something that the reason why I've left it on this is so you can see if there's any kind of glitching or kind of shaking. So you saw a little bit of shake there, a little bit of shake there on the wall, but not so much on the gun and the player. You can tell I'm about to hit my head on this beam. But us having theater mode on old gen basically consoles, whenever we would slow it down this slow, and a lot of times when we go look at the player, we would look at the player would kind of skip a little bit, which would make making, you know, basic cinematics pretty difficult on a console, and often editors would use the PC versions of the games to do it. But as you can see, this character is very smooth. We're obviously getting a solid 60 frames and a good movement. Having that in, you know, obviously in the next gens, it being that smooth is pretty cool. And one of the features you can do when you can slow it down this much is editors, and I'm going to show you guys here in a second, editors can slow that down even more. And make it where your player is just going super slow-mo, which is always great for videos and things like that. But you know, all the other features. Now I've talked a lot about montage making because I'm really hoping that comes back. Although they kind of slumped, I think just because people were tired of watching the same game montages and things didn't really, I guess, I don't know, progress as quickly over the last couple games, simply because, you know, we stayed on the games that we like to make the montages on YouTube, and the colloquial we of, you know, YouTubers. I'm hoping that it makes a comeback. But of course, you know, this is also going to allow a lot of people to do their comedy videos. So your gamers or YouTubers that do videos like Vanos Gaming, that do like intros on stuff in their comedy videos. People like Who's Chaos, he does a lot of editing in his videos, and kept doing it basically. He's made a lot of Black Ops 2 videos, obviously, while we've been in AW and in Ghosts. And he still does all the funny intros and all the different third person's perspectives and free camera stuff. And it really just adds a depth to videos, production value to YouTube videos, especially Call of Duty videos. It skyrockets it, and as you know, YouTube quality keeps, you know, going up in what you guys expect from us as YouTubers, and the content we create. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little spiel and a quick little dive into theater mode. I'm really excited to see what you guys can do with this. I'm really excited to see, you know, not just YouTubers, but just everyone kind of get back into using theater mode. I really do think, although there's been reports, I guess, that the actual usage of this theater mode was really not as high as they anticipated, and that's one of the reasons I got rid of it. I'm here to argue that, you know, just about everyone I've ever known or seen or played this game with used theater mode a lot at one point. Maybe not all the time, but if you did something crazy or something really cool, the fact that you could go back and get it, and then make a really cool video about it with all these different cameras is really neat. So yeah, we've left this thing completely slow. Look at this. Look at Katniss. All right, let's see how. Let's look at clipping. Actually, I want to do this really quick. I know I kind of ended the video already, but I want to look at clipping. How close can we get to this character without it skipping? So there's kind of what I was talking about in the old gens, where it kind of skips a little bit. I guess is the closer you get to it. But it being at such a higher resolution, we can definitely capture it from, like, say, back here, and then zoom in and try to keep some of the quality. But I still imagine that a lot of these montages, a lot of these cinematics, like their predecessors, will be made on PC. And PC obviously having a lot more resources, and, you know, and besides, you know, just the console. So hopefully they'll get rid of that. Maybe we'll do a video a little bit further in the future when we can actually go into the PC version of it and see, just see how close we can get, how much clipping we can get. So we can actually get pretty close to them, which is actually pretty neat. That's what I was originally going to test, was the clipping. I kind of zoomed in on her boobs, my bad. Or her ass, damn it. Fuck. Ooh, jumped over here, shit.